Okay, YouTube. This is a battle report from the Night Saber. This is a battle report consisting of games in the for the Southern Assault tournament, and I decided to take the Warriors Army book into the tournament. I was the only Warrior player there, and my first opponent is KOE, Kingdom of Equitane. This opponent, I've played against him before in the past, and with pretty decent success in the victories. I went into this game thinking, oh, this just be a good game for me. I know the opponent pretty well, know the strategies, and know how he works. But it's also been I haven't been playing tournaments in about 2 years too, so that might not come into play in this one. This time he's bringing a KOE army, which I'm not used to him playing. Usually it's undead or some type of undead army. He brought several units of the core units with the 2+ armor save and frenzy, and I think they have thunderous charge. So they're strength 6 on the charge. So he brought about 4 of them, and he's using them like shaft. He has a couple of units of outriders as well. I don't know if they're called outriders or not, but and I brought, of course, a unit of 4 crushers and a unit of 5 crushers with a general and a BSB. I bought 8 of the barbarian horsemen. I throw them out there kind of quickly because I know his army is reliant on charging, and if I can get him to charge the units and pull them forward so I can get close to them, I can do quite a bit of damage. As long as I get decent rolls, I should be fine with this. As long as I get decent rolls. And see here, I put them in there as being a shafting unit. I don't expect these guys to actually win in close combat, and so I expect them to actually die, and royally, I might add. And hopefully he'll overrun, or maybe not even overrun, and I'll be able to charge him in return, countercharge, and do quite a bit of damage to either one of those units that just charged that unit. Over here, he puts his fast cavalry right in front of my crushers. Yeah, I think in this one, I think I ended up with the first turn, but I'm not quite sure. My mind's this is his saves in close combat. I think this is a close combat. It might be, and that was his saves. He rolled that first, and he failed one of them, and then I think he actually passed another 5 of them. Ward save in close combat. Over here in this close combat, he put a spell on them to help them fight the barbarians. That's not really going to help, but what it does do is it's going to make me not want to charge the crushers in. But really, truthfully, I know that the best way to fight KOE knights is to charge them, not allow them to charge you. Even if they do have a buff on them, it's more likely that you'll do better against them. And so I ended up making my charge over here, and I used the battle shrine as a shafting unit because he doesn't have any real shooting. So the battle shrine is kind of pointless to have here. I also have a unit of barbarians that are ambushing, and they won't help me in this battle. So really and truthfully, I probably should have deployed them with everyone else at the beginning, and then they would have helped with more shafting opportunities. And they also had throwing weapons, so perhaps I could have plinked off a couple of wounds against his knight units. That's hindsight's always 20/20 in these type of events. He drops one of his general comes out of the unit to get around the battle shrine, and he also has another unit over here to the left. I'm sorry about that blurry picture, but yeah. And the crushers do what they usually do. They don't overrun as far as I want them to overrun, and then I have my chaos spawns did come in that turn. He also had quite a few units over here on the flank, and he made some long charges and got on the flank of the crushers. This does not look good at all, and he was able to charge the crushers. Either they charged the crushers in retaliation to crushers overrunning, or they might have. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Here's another view here. Yeah. It's always good to have the crushers there. The warriors, I really wanted them to act like shaft, but they did. I really wasn't able to. Yep. they got me on the flank really good over here. My general's over there on the flank, and I should be able to kill a couple of guys over here on the flank, perhaps dissolving that big flank over here on the right. And hopefully I can do that. He throws his general into the warrior unit, and I ended up challenging, and he ends up killing the challengee, and they end up being steadfast, and I stick. Over here, the crushers, man, I just whiffed all over the place. It was terrible. The Lord, I think he scored one hit, and then he wounded, and the guy Ward saved it, and it was just like terrible. I even had the freaking killer sword of death, and I mean, the attacks coming from the front, they did pretty good. However, the BSB pulled a lot of weight, and he killed quite a few guys. But his attacks from the side really destroyed the crushers there, and he ended up killing the unit, and then they broke, and then he ran them down. So that was pretty much game right there. But you know, I'm not no punk. We're gonna play this all the way through anyway. So buckle your seatbelts. This is gonna be a long ride. My Chaos Spawn charges him in the rear. Over here on this Knight unit, the Barbarians finally come in. The other spawn kind of meanders up. He wasn't expecting the spawn to jump in. I was expecting the spawn to actually grab him grab him from behind and actually be able to do some damage, and might even be able to deplete that Knight unit down to 0. Because right now, effectively, I haven't destroyed anything except for like maybe one Knight unit. And he's destroyed pretty much my BSB and my general and my biggest unit, probably about 2,700 points, gone down the tubes. And so his general is still locked in the close combat over here. He whiffs pretty badly. His knights come in and just mollywop the crushers. This is the whole reason why I believe that crushers probably still have a 1-up armor save, because everyone else has something that goes beyond. Because a ward save is a save versus anything, whereas an armor save doesn't really save you versus everything. So crushers having a 1-up armor save and these core units having a 2-up armor save with a ward save, you know, and being able to be frenzied in the convenient times when they charge, not necessarily when they're just sitting there. That's a big deal. And so I believe warriors should be able to have something that gives them some type of ability to withstand attacks, even if it is just armor. You know, we're already in a deficit. Why hit us twice? But anyway, the warriors are holding up surprisingly well, because his general just keeps on whiffing in close combat. Eventually, I think they're gonna fall. But the chaos spawns are actually doing a lot more. They're actually holding his unit up a lot better than my crushers did, just for the simple fact that I was able to meander into him from the rear, hold him up, and then you know, do whatever. But he eventually kills the chaos spawn, and he's probably going to overrun and hit the barbarians. At that point, the barbarians are probably going to fold like a like a piece of paper. And the other chaos spawn meanders into his knight unit. Maybe I can pluck off a knight, and then that will give me at least half points for that knight unit. And which I do. I pluck off one knight, and they get at least half points there. He finally kills the his general finally bucks up and kills the rest of the warriors and runs them down, kills them. And yeah, this is the time when the barbarians get hit by his knight unit. Hopefully, I can get some lethal strikes, because they're rocking spears. So you know, hopefully the spears will come in and actually do some damage. And in close combat, we were only able to kill 1 or 2 guys. And again, he was able to get the flank charge with one of his core units there. And strength 6 against armor, toughness 3. They don't have any armor. This is a foregone conclusion. The barbarians fold up. He crushes them, and that was game. He pretty much tabled me. I ended up getting, I believe I got a 1 actually, because I was able to kill a knight unit or 2. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I mean, my rolling was terrible. It was awful, and his rolling was straight fire. Like, he went sub-nuclear, and just every 5-up ward he was required to make, he made it. And every single time he needed to do wounds or make a charge, he made it. every time. But yeah, it was still a fun game. It's always fun to play against that opponent. And I hope you guys enjoyed the battle report. There will be more battle reports coming up soon. And after this stint of battle reports, I'll probably be switching armies.